today topic, parasitic plant. So what is parasitic plants? The plant which derives some or all of its nutrient requirements from another living host plant through a specialized organ. The specialized organ is Haustorium. So this specialized organ Haustorium to insert into the host vascular bundles. Here vascular bundles are nothing but xylem and phloem. So with the help of this specialized organ and this, the plants which derive its nutrients from the another living host plants. Such plants are called parasitic plants. Generally this Haustorium, here I am writing. Generally this Haustorium is a modified adventitious. It is a modified adventitious roots or stem structure. Root or stem structure for penetration. They are modified for the help of for the purpose of penetration. And coming to one more important point about parasitic plants here. Generally, these parasitic plants negative interspecific interactions. They show negative interspecific interaction. Negative interspecific interaction means, and this negative interspecific interaction is called parasitism. It means that where parasite plants here parasite plants get benefited, one organism here parasitic plant get benefited and other organisms like host be harmed. If one organism get benefited and another organism get harmed, such type of interaction is called parasitism. So likewise this parasitic plant has these natures. Parasitism nature, where parasitic plants get benefited and host plants get harmed. And coming to types of or classification of parasitic plants. Generally, parasitic plants are classified into two types based on where they attach to the host plant, based upon where they attach to the host plant and how much they depends on the host for nutrient and how much they depends on the host for nutrient. Why they depends on the host means for the nutrient. So based on these two criteria, we have two types of parasitic plants. We'll discuss each type. Yes. So one is root parasites plants and second one is stem parasite plant. Stem parasite plants. Now coming to root parasites, generally this root parasite in which the parasite which attached to the host root, in which the parasitic plant which attached to the host root. Here in stem parasite, the parasitic plants which attach to the host stems, and each type like root parasites and stem parasites again which is divided into two types. Like in root parasites there are two types like partial root parasites. Here I am writing partial root parasites and total root parasites. A total root parasite also we can use another term complete root parasites. So even in stem parasites again here also we have two types of parasitic plants like partial stem parasitic plant parasites and complete stem parasites. So this complete and partial is completely depends how much they depends on the host for nutrient. For example, if the parasitic plants are completely or entirely depends on the host, then they said to be as complete. If parasitic plants are partially depends on the host, then they are said to be as a partial. So based on how much they depend on the host, we have partial or complete parasitic plants. Now we will discuss each type in detail and with their examples. Yeah, first here we will discuss about root parasites plants. In root we have two types here and there. First one partial root parasites, second one is total or complete root parasites. What exactly mean of partial root parasites? Generally partial root parasitic plants they have leaves and they are if they have leaves means they are chloro. If they are chlorophyllous, they can synthesize their own food. By process of photosynthesis. But it means that they can prepare their own food. Means they do not depend on the host for food. But these partial root parasites they depends on the host xylem only. Host xylem for water and minerals. So they depends only for water and mineral. This type of parasitic plants are called partial root parasitic plants. Now coming to example for partial root parasites, here I am writing example. Example, Santalum album. Santalum album, or also called sandalwood plant. Sandal. And one more example for partial root parasites, that is striga, also called witch. So these two are example for partial root parasites. Now coming to total or complete root parasitic plants. So here in which here no leaves, hence no chloro, hence they can't synthesize their own food. Can't. They cannot synthesize their own food, means they entirely depends upon the host xylem and phloem. Why? If they depends on the xylem, means definitely they depends upon water. Sorry, water and mineral. Here for phloem means for food. It means that due to absence of leaves, they can't prepare their own food by process of photosynthesis. Hence, this total or complete root parasites depends on host for water. They depends on host for water and also for minerals, and very important, complete parasites also depends on the host for food also. Means these parasitic plants are completely or entirely depends on the host for this requirement of nutrient. So this type of parasitic plants are called total or complete root parasitic plants. Now here we have few example for parasitic total or complete root parasitic plants. Here I am writing example. For example, here we have three important example as per NCERT. One is oro plants, are also called Orobanche broom plant, and one more example Balano, and one more example Rafflesia. So Rafflesia is the largest flower in the world. Rafflesia is the largest flower. Very important note. Largest flower in the India. Sorry, not India. Sorry, largest flower in the world is Rafflesia, and this Rafflesia also comes under total or complete root parasites. So these three are example for total or complete root parasites. So this is all about the root parasites and its types. Now we move on another parasitic plants, that is stem parasites plants. In stem also we have two types, like partial stem parasites and complete or total stem parasites. Now we will discuss each type. Here the major differences between root parasite and stem parasite is only the parasitic plant which is attached to the either part of root or stem. If the parasitic plant will attach to the root, then it is root stem parasite. Root parasite. If the parasitic plant which attached to the host stem, then it is called stem parasites. That's it. And just now we have discussed about in root parasitic plants. Here partial means they partially depends on the host plant for their water and mineral requirements. But here complete or total means here these plants are entirely depends on the host plants for water, minerals and food. So that is the major differences. Okay. Yeah. So here we will write here. So here partial stem parasites, they have leaves, hence they are chlorophyllous in nature, hence they prepare their own food by photo process. But this partial stem parasite depends on the host for water and mineral. This type of parasitic plants are called partial stem parasites. Now here we have few example for partial stem parasites. So that is Loranthus. Here I'm writing Loranthus and Viscum album. Viscum album. So there's Santalum album, then this one Viscum album and Loranthus. So these two are example for partial stem para. Now coming to complete or total stem parasite as it is. So this also doesn't have any leaves, no leaves, hence no chlorophyllus, and they cannot prepare their own food by photosynthesis. Hence, these parasitic plants are completely or entirely depends upon the host for water and mineral and also very important food. So entirely these parasitic plants depends on the host for water, minerals and food. So this type of parasitic plants are called complete or total stem parasites. So here very important example here we have. So that is Cuscuta plant example. Cuscuta plants, and this Cuscuta plants also known as Dodder plant. Dodder plants. And you know this Cuscuta Dodder plant which belongs to a family. The family is Convolvulaceae family. Here I am writing which belongs to this Cuscuta or Dodder plants which belongs to a family called Convolvulaceae family. And here one important note here I have to give you. So that is always remember. So always total parasitic plants, either root or stem. Total parasitic plants. They have specialized, modified specialized structure that is Haustorium, which connect this Haustorium part, which connect with both tissues, like which connect xylem tissues and also which connect phloem tissues. Why they connect xylem? For water and minerals. Why they connect phloem tissue means for their food. So remember, very important concept here. In always in total parasitic plants, the specialized modified organ that is Haustorium, which penetrate or which connect with the both tissues, xylem and phloem, for water and mineral and for food. But in partial parasite plant, remember, partial parasitic plants. In partial parasitic plants, this Haustorium penetrate or connect only xylem for water and mineral. So that is the major differences between partial and total parasites. Okay, so this is all about the entire concept of these parasitic plants. So that's it for today class. So here I have provided, here I have provided three important MCQs, highly important MCQs, NCERT based MCQs in multi-statement level MCQs. Yeah, so this is first MCQs here. So consider the following statement regarding the Cuscuta. Here asking about Cuscuta. So here there are four statements are there. So which of the statement given above are correct? And one more MCQs here. Yeah, it's a second MCQs. So which of the following statements are true regarding root parasitic plant? Here asking about root parasitics. Okay. So read these four options here also I have given. So choose the right one. And one more MCQs. Yeah. Yes. So consider the following statement about Haustoria in parasitic plants. So just now we have discussed what is Haustoria, and read these three options. Which of the statement given above are correct? So that's it. And if you like my videos, please share these videos to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my Mahadyuth Academy channel. So thank you. Have a nice day.